and welcome. Important conversation with MSK Prasad. Clearly, somebody who has been there, done that for India as chairman of selectors during the 2018 tour. India will once again go to the Border-Gavaskar Trophy, not at the back of some good results. And in this interview, I want to ask MSK Prasad some very straight questions. Question one that I want to ask him is, why is it that we don't play spin well? What is the problem? Question two that I want to ask is, should Cheteshwar Pujara have made the team to Australia? Question three that I want. So a lot of these kind of important straight questions, and he's always answered them. That is why it is important not to beat around the bush. So Mr. Prasad, thank you very much for joining me. First is, why is it, what has happened in the last few years that we don't play spin well? We are no longer good players of spin. What is the problem?
Yeah, first of all, Boria, it's always a pleasure to do anything with you. I know that, the kind of the research that you do whenever you come out for an interview. I really enjoy your questions. I know that they are very straightforward, and at times it will put me on a sticky wicket, but still I'm ready to answer that. Yeah, just coming back to your question. Boria, I would like to remind you that, in the last few years, maybe 14, 15 years, ever since IPL has come, slowly there is a switch of players' mindsets from red ball cricket to white ball cricket. Ever since that switch has come, everybody wants to play, everybody wants to play white ball cricket, and eventually they want to play IPL, but not for India. That is the big alarming thing. I'll tell you, Boria, I think few years before, in an under-19 World Cup camp, a questionnaire was given to the under-19 team and said that what are their goals. 80% of them have written IPL but not Indian team. Don't you think that's a big alarming situation for Team India? See, if the whole thing is changing towards that direction of playing white ball cricket, obviously the results are bound to happen like this only. It's because nobody wants to play. No, people have lost that art of playing spin, art of playing swing bowling. They just want to play with hard hands. They just want to hit through the lines. They just see, irrespective of format that they play, they don't mind. The mindset of मैं अपना game खेलता हूँ. All this kind of mindset, whether Sachin would have accepted it, whether Saurav would have accepted it, or the great legendary cricketers. No, of course, they all played different formats, but they switched their games according to the formats. So, which is really missing right now, and that is very, very clearly evident with the results that we are seeing right now.
That's a very straight, candid answer, but it's very worrying what you are saying, and that sort of brings me to the next question. That now we hear that after 4 dot balls, 5 dot balls, 6 dot balls, you have to play a release shot. I didn't see Sachin do that, or Rahul do that, or VVS do that, or even Pujara do that. I mean, what is this fancy release shot? I mean, you play 20 balls as dot balls. How does it matter? That's what Test cricket is all about. The grind, the looking ugly, the putting, patience. In fact, even Rohit, after the 2021 series of England, had told me that when he came back and was preparing for IPL, Mahela Jayawardene was Mumbai coach. He was standing behind, and when Rohit was practicing, Rohit was leaving balls. Mahela laughed and told him, this is white ball, it is no longer red ball. Rohit's mindset had become, I will leave balls, because he was in that England Test series mindset. I don't see that with India. From ball 1, you start to attack. 5 balls and Sarfaraz Khan will hit a release shot. I really am baffled by the approach. Your thoughts?
See, Boria, that is not happening just at international level. Can you believe some of the players are talking about strike rates in Ranji trophies, strike rates in India A crickets, and because the talent scouts will go just sit and keep watching, irrespective of the format, and in order to please them, and the players just start playing for the crowd, playing for the for their to get their contracts for their franchises. That's why it's a very alarming situation which BCCI has to wake up. Not only BCCI, I'm telling you, going forward, the way things are moving, even the ICC also has to wake up in order to protect the Test cricket. Test matches are finishing in 3 days. There is a debate going on that why not the test matches be reduced to 4 days. What is the format that has been in for the last 120, 130 years, and the charm of playing all 5 days I mean, you want to reduce that. It's definitely because you're moving towards the white ball cricket. You're just taking the recluse in that kind of a stuff. I don't agree with that. We have to come out with some solution to protect this one of the most beautiful formats in any sport. I don't think in any other sport in the world is played over a period of 5 days. I think it's a beautiful thing which really needs to be protected.
Very, very alarming point once again. I mean, I know that Jai Shah, for example, wants to give primacy to Test cricket. Each time we have spoken in the recent past, he has made that point as head of BCCI, and now when he takes over as ICC, I'm sure ICC will want to focus, because ultimately Test cricket is the jewel in cricket's crown. However much you say franchise, however much you say white ball, Test match cricket will be a very different format. Moving on, Mr. Prasad. The other question that rankles me, why prepare ranked turners? In 2012, you prepare a turner, Monty Panesar comes and wins it for England. 2017 in Pune, Steve O'Keefe does the job for Australia. 24, Mitchell Santner does the job for New Zealand. When you have people like Ravi Ashwin, Ravindra Jadeja, quality spinners in your ranks, why is it that India has to prepare a ranked turner? We have beaten England, beaten Australia on good decks. Why prepare a ranked turner? Your thoughts?
I mean, every country, see, with regard to this question, Boria, that every country always tries to stick to their own strength. You know, when you go to Australia, they give their kind of surfaces. When you go to New Zealand and England, they prefer to play against the conditions which are suitable to them. So, I mean, it's a myth today that we are playing spin very well, and it's a spin friendly country, and we bat well against spin. But gone are those days where we used to play hours together to get even to get that 250-300 runs on the board. But things have I mean, that's not happening. See, we are no more a spin friendly country. We might see, if you really look at the quality of spinners, people beating the batsmen in there, that kind of a quality. I think probably Jadeja and Ashwin will be the last generation of those quality spinners. After that, we'll always be looking at people who will be a mystery sort of a bowlers, or people who will be a quickish sort of a bowlers, are bowling 6 different varieties in a test match. I think I mean, slowly somehow that art, the quality of art of just to add to this point, Boria, even in domestic cricket, you don't get quality spinners today. You don't have. I have not, so because I've been on the talent head for quite some time. I've never seen any spinner beating the batsman in the flight. So everybody wants to bowl flat, because they're thinking, bowlers as a bowler, they're thinking about their economy rate, which is a shocking thing in a Ranji Trophy match. I have never seen. I wouldn't mind giving 100 runs and picking 5 wickets. Bedi would have been very, very happy if he would have given 100, 120 runs and picked 5 wickets. So things are changing, Boria. That's why whenever any quality spinner, see, in India, which we were supposed to produce battery of spinners, if we are producing only a decent fast bowlers, don't you think things, that's a very big, tough time for Team India going forward? See, if you're not facing quality spinners at home, and suddenly quality spinners come from away, this is exactly what is happening.
Very, very disturbing.
What is the right time? Walk when it's great to crawl. Play when it's great to write. What is the right time? To be a born talent. To be a future champion. To walk alone. Playing under 16 at 12. Facing 20,000 balls with a half-grown spine. What is the right time? Too little to be selected. Too talented to be rejected. The papers, selectors all asking, what is the right time? The right time, it's when you do it. They say you're too young to play, but you're always old enough to dream.
Don't worry about what the future will look like. Just prepare for it. Fearless plans from Aegis Federal Life Insurance help you and your family prepare for the future.
If I could just push you a little, because of the fact that you watch so much domestic cricket, you follow every Ranji Trophy match, And I've been asking this question of myself, and that is why I'm asking you. At least for left arm spin, I see an Aksar replacing a Jadeja. I see a Saurabh Kumar, yes, slightly old, but there. I see I at least see Manav Suthar, etc., etc. But when I think Ashwin, the only fellow who comes to mind to a degree is Tanush Kotian. Otherwise, no one really comes to mind. Who are the people who, if I could ask you to wear your talent spot hat on, who are the people I or anyone should watch when it comes to spinners?
You will have to watch, if you're an off spinner, you'll have to watch either Ashwin or Nathan Lyon. A quality off spinners. Left arm.
But the next gen, who are the people? Do you see anyone coming up the ranks? I mean, watch out for these guys. These guys are good. Do you see any such people?
I think Soumya Pandey and Manav Suthar are one of the good examples that you have really taken out there. They're absolutely fantastic lot to watch out for. But having said that, everybody is changing that. I mean, they might start as a quality spinners at maybe under 16, under 19 levels, but as they keep progressing, eventually, Boria, everybody wants to play IPL. So they change their actions. They think about not beating the batsman. They think about economy rates. They think about how to pull the batsman, how to bowl number of dot balls. Even in Ranji Trophy, team meetings, these are the discussions that are happening. That how many dot balls one ball, and which is a shocking thing. I do understand if you're talking about a ball 30-35 dot balls, you will win a T20 game. But what about Test cricket? Why are you thinking of dot balls? Why are you thinking of batsmen playing a defensive sort of a game? You think Gavaskar has grinded. Legendary Gavaskar has got unbelievable runs by staying on the wicket, and looking at him, several thousands of cricketers have evolved. So I mean, while I respect that the game, the evolvement of the game from red ball to white ball, but every format has got its own charm, and we need to preserve each and every format.
Excellent that someone of is sort of speaking out and coming to a more different question. Now that the team for the Border-Gavaskar Trophy has been announced. Yep. I remember you and I watching together when Mayank Agarwal and Hanuma Vihari. Remember that match? We were sitting next to each other in that incredible series.
Yes.
But a straight one. That series, the 2018, Cheteshwar Pujara. 2021, Cheteshwar Pujara. 2,600 balls this man has played. For a one-off, do you think it was an important call that the selectors may have looked at Pujara, who's scoring tons of runs in the Ranji Trophy? That, for this one-off series, should Pujara have been brought back? Straight question.
100% Pujara. Pujara should have been in this, especially the kind of form some of our players are exhibiting, because it's a little. I mean, had everybody been in a very good form, probably we would have accepted that someone like Ajinkya or Pujara, it's time to move on. But the thing is that we this team. I mean, statistically, you might say that we would have won so many percentages of matches, but we should also look at the form, and we should also look at those players who had that character to stick on and hold the fort at one end. It is Pujara, and hats off to this great man. The other day he got 243 in a game. He's 35-36, but he's in ripe stage of his career. I mean, I don't think. Maybe a youngster might feel pressure, but at this time, whenever a guy like Pujara stands on the pitch, it's the pressure on the opposition, because many Australians have always felt very happy looking to see Pujara going back to the pavilion. But if at all we would have won, I know that our bowlers have done extremely well in 2018. Batters have done well, but we have won both the Test series thanks to Pujara, and we should not forget the contribution of Pujara. That's why I always feel that, in county cricket, I mean, especially early part of summer, we know that what kind of weather it is. He has, he withstood the weather and he got runs there. He comes back to India. He gets runs in Indian domestic cricket, and we are up for a very, very important Test series after losing a series against New Zealand. So taking all these things into cognizance, I felt that Pujara should have found a place. And once a guy like Pujara is on the crease, it is lot of confidence to the players sitting in the dressing room.
You are so right. I mean, my point is, if Rohit and Virat can play at 35, 36, why is it that we are calling Pujara old? What is it that why should one guy be classified as old and no, you can't come back, when some of the others are also 35, 36. And what is this about age? It is ultimately about scoring runs. Sachin Tendulkar at the age of 37 in 2010 scored 1560 runs in that one calendar year. In fact, it was his second lease of life. He was ICC Cricketer of the Year in 2010 with that series in South Africa. So why is it that this is kind of, being labelled as Pujara? Final question. Do you give us a chance in the Border-Gavaskar Trophy? 2018, 2021, huge wins. But this time round, this batting lineup, fragile. Without Mohammad Shami, bowling again with Bumrah, perhaps too much over-reliance on Bumrah in pace. Do you give us a chance? And how do you set that kind of series up for me, the Border-Gavaskar Trophy?
See, in all fairness, when we went in 2018, we had a fantastic experience at side. And we deserved to win, and deservingly we won that series. 2020-21 was a big surprise when 7 of our superstars were found missing, maybe due to several reasons. And still we go on to win that series. So, sometimes, whenever you are pushed to the wall, that always brings the best out of Indians, whether it is on or off the field. So now that after losing a series against New Zealand, I think we all will regroup ourselves, and especially the senior cricketers who are there, someone like Virat or Rohit or Bumrah should take the onus on themselves and give their best shot, so that I don't know whether they will travel to Australia next time, but it's a great opportunity. It will be a great tribute for all these senior cricketers if they put their right foot forward and give their best performance. Of course, why not? When 7 superstars are not there, we still went on to win that series. So why not? With a mix of both youngsters and seniors, the selectors have picked their side. Unfortunately, Shami and Pujara's absence will be felt. But I still have hope that, the seniors will step up.
Because you mentioned Virat, I'll ask this one final time. Virat and Rohit both 21 to 24, average of just about 30 plus on Indian soil against spin. Is that a cause of worry? Are both these guys nearing the end of their careers? Great servants, great players, legends, fantastic players, all of that, yes. But is there inconsistency now? Is that a cause of worry? 2011-12 cost us Lakshman and Dravid in Australia. Is that a cause of worry? Are you worried about Virat and Rohit's form at this point in time in red ball cricket?
See, Boria, when it comes to this question, you cannot always say that carrying this form to this both the quality cricket that we are talking about have always come up strong after a poor series. So I firmly believe that Virat, it's just like getting into a duck getting into water when he goes to Australia. So is Rohit. We saw Rohit getting tons and tons of runs in England and other parts of the country. So I have no doubt that these two players I know that we are struggling a bit against the spin. Today we are not struggling against pace and bounce, unlike the past. See, what you experience in Australia is not a seam movement. It's about pace and bounce, which we are getting used to. See, we are struggling against the quality spin. We are not struggling against the pace and bounce. Probably in India also we have some of the pitches which are on par with international standards, like in Australia, hard and bouncy tracks and all. So we are well equipped to play pace and bounce, and I am 100% sure that will bring the best out of our players in Australia.
Fascinating talking to you. Absolutely fascinating talking to you, taking the questions straight up, answering them straight. Very, very, very pleased with this. Thank you very much, Mr. Prasad, for your time. Look forward to catching up with you soon, and all the very, very best with everything that you do. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Boria. Always a pleasure.